I'm Ad Rock.
I'm Admin.
And I'm Oakley. Coming in hot from the Music City, it's First to Third.
And you do what we do.
You should watch this show because Kickball is the only thing you care about, and the Ad Rock Show is the only show you want to watch all day.
That's a shocker.
This show is brought to you by CustomMake.com. Get your official custom outfit for Kickball 365.
Today on First to Third, we have Jeremy, captain of Tropics Kickball out of Nashville, Tennessee. Check these guys out on Facebook and Twitter. They're a serious team. We're going to talk a little bit today about Tropics, what they're doing this year, and what their plans are for the coming months. Welcome, Jeremy.
How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
Good. How are you doing?
All right.
Good.
Jeremy, how you got involved in kickball down there in Nashville, Tennessee?
Well, ironically enough, Nashville Sports Leagues runs, we do everything from softball, flag football. I'd played flag football competitively for years, and buddies, once kickball, I guess, in 05, 06, 07, kind of took off in Nashville. Really, mostly, there was a few competitive teams, mostly recreational, but it wasn't that big. Buddies kind of kept telling me, hey, I kind of get overboard and get into things a little too much. So they kept telling me to get a kickball team. Finally, I did. First, it was all kind of social, recreational, but that lasted about 3 games. And since then, I tweaked the roster, very seldomly. But I mean, most of that we've kind of weeded out. Now we have a blast, but we have fun by winning.
Nice.
Man, the song remains the same, doesn't it? It's funny. It's how all of us got started. Everyone we talked to on here, they started out, things just kind of playing socially, and it ended up being a ton of fun and have fun by winning. Now, Jeremy, I noticed just checking out, photos of you guys on Facebook and whatnot. You play a little different style than we see in the circuit. You want to tell us a little bit about your league, the NKL, and the rules and the style of play?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is the ball. We use an 8.5-inch Mikasa, I think is the way you say it.
Yeah.
It's a firm ball. We basically play co-ed softball with a kickball, being the biggest difference. So, I mean, your strike zone is 12 inches each side of the plate, 12 inches above the plate. You can, I think somebody was talking to us about overhand and pitches and all that. As long as the ball gets in that zone, you can do whatever you want. That we initiated a couple years ago, kind of a semicircle at the line from first to third. We initiated a semicircle just to kind of make the pitcher, because we had a couple pitchers running from second base. It just take the drama out of it and kind of make it a pitcher's mound, so to speak. Other than that, 2 girls in the outfield, 2 girls in the infield. The rules are pretty much, if you take softball rules and just throw in a kickball, make the strike zone bigger, you don't start. I think somebody said you start foul balls and everything are the same. I think I read one of your things. You got foul balls are different from strikes. With us, you go up there with a 0-0 count and you get 1 foul at 2 strikes. Your next foul, you're out.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. So you guys, is it a rule in your league that you have to have 2 chicks in the infield and 2 in the outfield, or is that just how you play?
No, that's a rule.
It's a rule.
Yeah.
That's
2.
interesting. I've never heard that.
Well, see, this year we kind of threw it a curveball because this year I put in a rule with Steen, that's the commission, the guy who owns NSL, that you have to have we have a 140-foot line in the outfield. The reason I did that is because if you think about it, you've got some girls that can kick. Most of them should be in effective. They're really bunters. But the 1 or 2 teams that have girls that can kick, what happens with our league is because of the 2-and-2, you would have guys come in, stand at the edge of the dirt. They would end up on defense playing second base. Your girl would never even have to cover second base. And every girl was locked into bunting, because even the girls that could kick, there was, there was no way they're going to get it over the infield and over our outfielders if we brought them in. So by backing everybody up to the 140 line, if you've got a girl that can drive the ball, if you've got a girl that can kind of, that knows what she's doing, she can kick it over the second baseman, and instead of a guy standing right there to catch it, she's got a single. And that's kind of, I think for us, it was designed to open it up and let girls play more. And it's, but that.
Uh-oh.
place your your girls not only kicking but also girls in the outfield.
Yeah. So I've been reading a little bit about you guys, and it looks like you're going to be making it to the Virginia Beach Kickball Open May 21st. This true?
I'm doing everything I can. I'll let you know a little secret, although it won't be a secret after I say this. Pulled some strings. Brad Paisley's helped put us the tour bus together.
Yeah.
Get no camera and film it.
Music City's got to represent. So if we come, we're going to be on a tour bus. The only problem is we're just trying to make sure everybody's rosters. I got to make sure, I've got a roster that's going to compete, and B, that we've got a bunch of people that work, some real estate agents and so on, that we've got to make sure we take Friday and Saturday. So it's just, logistics are there. I'm probably 2 guys away on the roster, 1 girl away from committing. So as soon as that should happen by Friday. But, I'm doing everything I can to make it happen.
That's outstanding. Hey, Jeremy, you guys ever traveled to play kickball before?
We got the last 2 years. I've gotten invites all the way from Arizona, Atlanta, but candidly, the thing that keeps scaring us away was the ball.
All right.
So we were going to go to Atlanta and play last year, but we just didn't want to play with the whack a ball. And so who does the Virginia Kickball on Twitter? Because they hit me up.
Those are the John Simon, April Bohr. There's a team behind it, but there's a good crew.
They kind of made they initiated it. They've made the most contact and candidly kind of got us fired up about it. So is that a dolphin?
2 dolphins, dude.
So with their persistence, and I think that's what's kind of got us fired up. And the fact that I think you guys said that your ball, although it's the same size, I think somebody told me it's firmer. It's you can. Is that right?
Yeah,
right?
It flies. It flies.
Yeah, it really does.
Different feel than the walk ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've had the walk ball in my hand, and that's no offense. You can't even throw it. You can't. There's just it takes athletic ability out of the game, and we want to put it in the game.
Good point.
As you'll see, the circuit game is a lot different than Waka. Having only 10 people in the field and having that ball that flies a lot further and comes off the foot a lot harder just opens up the game for kickers a lot more. It's not just like a bunt game. Bunting still is effective technique, but
what is you mean 10 people in the field? You don't have 4 outfielders for infield. How does that break down?
Well, you can configure it any way you want. I'll let you.
So we've got it's 10 minimum requirement or max requirement. So 4 girls, 6 guys is usually the makeup. But the rule book actually allows for Facebook.com/TropicKickball.
Dolphins, and then my cup glows in the dark. Do your dolphins squeak?
These guys have a legit marketing machine behind us.
Yeah, it's me.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, man. It's 10 fielders, 6 guys, 4 girls. If you really wanted to go 10 girls, you could. We'll wait for Adrock to get back when she fixes his Skype. But most teams will show up to these events with 15 team players. But you do what you want. Most teams will have a catcher, third baseman, or a charger, whatever you want to call it, and stick 3 or 4 in the outfield. And most of the guys are overhand pitching. We have a 2-bounce rule. I didn't hear you say if there's a certain bounce rule, but 2-bounce rule. But definitely watch some of the videos that we've got on iTunes and also on the website because it's a different style, that's for sure.
Yeah, see, ours is basically co-ed softball, alternate girl guy. But I can see the strategy of bunching them up. But at the same time, if my girls didn't go every other, they'd have my tail.
Usually they get through the lineup, though. Most of the teams turn the lineup over. The girls all get to do their part. And then I've never really heard of a girl complaining that she didn't feel like she took part.
Gotcha.
You rely on our league.
Yeah. So I guess our league just requires. There's more. It's more dependent on good girls. Like if you got and I'll say this, confidently, I've got my girls are lights out. If you don't have good girls in our league, you could have David Beckham playing. You still ain't gonna do nothing.
Your girls are athletic and hot. That's what you're saying?
Well, I wasn't actually speaking of their physical ability, but but yes, that is also a requirement, sir.
Says the guy with the team bikini calendar.
This is correct. I'll make sure Virginia gets all the 2012 calendars because they're going to
Actually, I was hoping you could.
The 2013 calendar.
to 2012. We're going to shoot this summer.
So where do you guys sell these?
Actually, we sold them. I actually had people on Facebook find this thing all the way in Italy. I sent 2 to Italy. I sent 4 to freaking Canada. I mean, it kind of took off, and then a local radio station said something about them here. I had 300 printed. I probably sold 230.
Well, we'll put a link at the bottom of us right now during the show, so everybody who wants to check it out,
Yeah. Well, and then that was the 2010. But the fun thing we did is that year I was raising money for a youth football league here in town that the kids didn't have like any. They needed pads. They literally would switch offense defense, and the kids would have to take pads off and give them the kid to go play defense. So we used that money that we raised to give to them, and then this year we're official partners with the state of Tennessee Special Olympics. So this year all the money we raise is going to go to Special Olympics.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we do it, but we're not doing it for us. We're trying. We just have fun with it.
Well, you're doing it for me.
That's right. And Maryland behind you. We need something to hang next to Maryland to help balance your wall there.
I'm gonna help the kids that need it more than me. Sending my money down south, man.
Oh man, that's great. So listen, Jeremy, I just talking about the style of play that you guys use. What's the catcher position like in your league? Who do you usually have there? How is that? What are the rules?
On my team, I use Sean. Sean's, beast who probably runs a 4.8. I mean, he's got one of the bigger legs on the team. But I use a guy there. I use left-handed guys because they can come out, field the ball, and throw it left-handed. So I won't put anybody that's right-handed. Or there's one of the teams that's pretty competitive. Uses a girl, but it's just competitively. If you're playing a good team, you got to have a guy back there. And I think if you get a good left-handed guy back there, it's ideal because he can take the ball and throw in motion.
Yeah, we've always I know in the past we've always tried to find that great left-handed catcher, but I have yet to see a really outstanding left-handed catcher in action. Am I forgetting anybody, Admin and Adrock? Is there any big left-handed catchers out there that we know about?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't know any.
Yeah, I've got 3. Jonathan, Sean's my everyday catcher, and then we'll travel with Branson. Branson's left-handed. He actually was ex-college soccer player, but he knows baseball enough to where. But I mean, I've got 3 guys that are left-handed that could play that position. Sean will be starting at it.
Very
nice.
Cool.
Your base paths are 60 feet or 75?
75. I think we're 70 now. We're 75.
Okay.
Wow.
It's 2 seasons ago, maybe longer.
That's how when we played a Brooklyn Kickball League out in Williamsburg, and it's 75-foot base paths with a little bit smaller ball. Changes the game a lot.
Well, see, that's the thing. To me, it makes you've got to have an athletic guy on catcher and really third base. I mean, your pitcher and your third baseman, or as you said, Charger, I think a minute ago.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got to have somebody with an arm. So I mean, like I'll play some third. Benji will play some third. Benji, and then Jar here at our everyday third baseman here is Jar, but he won't travel.
Why? You want?
He's got his job required. I mean, that's when he works at the weekends. So
I thought he was against it.
Oh no. I mean, right now, scheduling wise, now, and I'll be honest with you, candidly, knowing the rules, learning the rules. I mean, I think with Virginia Beach, it would be kind of our introduction and kind of getting to know the names, the faces, the concepts. I think competitive. We're all super competitive, but I mean, I'm a realist too. So I think kind of this may get our feet wet. Then as we see Atlanta, as we see other tournaments, then we know we can. How fast I can pull something together and the team that will travel.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing. Flying V is our new favorite team down from Atlanta.
They talk some shit, man.
You got to get into the shit talking.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying, but I was trying to be cool. I'm like, I didn't want to show up to Virginia Beach and have like a fight on my hands. So I was like, trying to be nice. And the Flying V's was throwing elbows. I'm like, what the hell?
They're cool as hell, though. Yeah, they're real nice guys.
We love those guys. That's the same thing. They've been playing Waka and Go Kickball in Atlanta for some time, and they dominated the scene. And then got on the boards, got on the forum, started talking about going to the South Florida tournament, and they had their first taste of kickball at least circuit kickball. And so now they're going to the Virginia Beach tournament in May, on May 21st, and then we're going to host an Atlanta tournament on June 11th. The ultimate goal, obviously, we'd love to see you guys out there, especially with the tour bus or not, come Vegas in October, where
Wait, tell me this: don't we have to be? I think we have to be like some. Don't you the Vegas thing have to be WACA certified or something? Don't we have to?
So there is a WACA does host a tournament. It is the Founders Cup. It is on Saturday, October 8th. You can, if you play in a WACA league, you can go to that. The way the circuit works is you register to become a circuit team. The cost of that is $500, and that basically is your ticket to our Vegas tournament, which is on Sunday, October 9th. We're giving first place gets $10,000, second place is $8,000, and then we pay out all the way. The top 8 teams will actually win cash.
Oh, there you go.
But to qualify for our circuit event, you have to go to one circuit event. So if you guys go to Virginia Beach and then you go to, let's say, Atlanta, and you go as a circuit team, you'll get points. So it's very similar to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Yeah. As long as you're a team that's registered with the circuit, you'll earn points. And then those points, those top 2 events that you go to, that's what we use to seed you come Vegas time. And you can go to as many events as you want, but we take the top 2 scores that you can pull together within a year.
And so on the East Coast, you have Virginia Beach, Atlanta, Florida. What are some? Are there any other cities on this side?
There's New York in August, which is going to be played at some phenomenal new. You guys can speak to it, New Yorkers.
It's awesome. It's not really, the fields aren't really new. It's Randall's Island Sports Complex, which is where all the
new for the
schools in New York play. It's new for us. Our previous New York Grand National tournaments have not been at such great fields, but it's going to be a much bigger, better organized event this year.
That's August 13th.
I believe that's correct.
That's the August event. July in D.C. we're hosting the tournament at George Mason University. Winning team there gets $3,500, I believe. I think that's what my latest numbers are. Welcome back, Ad-Rock.
So your Dolphins are kicking your ass, man.
I'm getting my ass kicked over here. So I know we spoke about this earlier, but obviously you have some above average women on your team.
Everyone's supposed to hear about the girls.
I got to get to the point. Do you guys recruit for this, or is it by coincidence that they're also athletic?
Recruit. It's a little bit of both, but I mean, we're lucky the fact that a lot of the hot girls know each other, so they all we started out with some really hot girls, and then since then it's a requirement. Ad-Rock. I mean, you gotta have a certain skill set to be a tropic.
I have a hypothetical question.
Okay.
How do you go about recruiting them to the bedroom? I speak for everyone.
He's breaking up.
Wait, no. Is that me?
No, that's not you.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
If he was about to say he's married, his wife just pulled the plug on him.
He's going to think they're all taken.
I fell off.
Oh, no.
I overloaded the computer.
His wife just unplugged him. You're about to answer the question. We figured.
Yeah, I wanted Ad-Rock. I wanted to leave him hanging there. That was a good cliffhanger. The internet connection was so hot it had to terminate.
Oh, here comes Ad-Rock.
I want to hear the answer.
We specifically waited just till you got back so we could.
Good. Thank you.
Because I gave Oakley and I gave him the secrets, but I can't tell you that you'll have to just throw your own game out there and see what you can reel in.
Ad-Rock, you would not believe what he told us, dude. It's gold. It's absolute gold.
Blew my mind.
You've really just lost out.
There is no secret, so I'm thinking we're going to be able to bring 6 girls with us. I'm hoping we can bring 6 girls with us, and all of them but one. And that's the girl that I date. She's currently sitting about 20 feet to my left, so I have to be very strategic in what
Get
I
her
say.
on here.
Okay.
Get her on here.
I'm allowed to sport game.
And she said she's allowed to sport game.
Outstanding.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
You've got your priorities straight. Enough about the rules.
Right.
Yeah.
My priorities are not straight because I'm out of drinks in here.
It's because you got 2 Thursday Dolphins on your cup.
So how often do you guys play? Is it weekly? Is it
Every
twice?
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday?
Now, see, I started a Tuesday team this season that just to kind of take overflow because roster was. I wanted to make sure. See, with us, it's the opposite. I don't want 15, 16 people playing because it kind of. I want my 6 guys and my 4 girls that are I want the best kicking as many times as possible.
Yeah.
So for and because we rotate it, it changes that approach a little bit. So I started a Tuesday team just to really thin out the roster and make sure we got enough playing time for everybody. And to Ad Rock's point earlier, when I recruit now, I'll put girls and guys on the Tuesday team and kind of use that as a AAA team, so to speak. They'll play Tuesday night before they make it to the Wednesday team.
Very cool.
Interesting.
That's a nice strategy. You guys find you have a lot of competition locally? I mean, do you stomp on the rest of the league or what?
Not yes and no, because I mean, candidly, there was 2 or 3, 4 teams in the city that take it as serious as us, and we had a competitive league where we literally, we played 7 regular season games, and you're playing cutthroat, kickball every Wednesday, and it's we still go 7-0 or 7-1. We actually lost the finals the last 2 seasons. So I mean, but in a 3-2 game, it's just because you have 1 or 2 teams that and it's always the same 2 or 3 of us that made it this season. And this might blow your mind. We have 92 teams in NSL kickball.
No kidding.
It's we play Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and there are 20 teams, and that's just what is it? Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We have 2 locations going, so we have 20 teams in each league on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And now you got it, but the vast majority of these teams are not competitive. I mean, and we've got warm-ups and hats and beanies and bags, and we look like jackasses.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, well, I like it too, but not everyone agrees with that mentality.
You're talking to the other jackasses, right?
Yeah, you're talking to the other ones who have the same thing.
This is true. But at the same time, the majority of these teams are not competitive. But the handful that are very competitive.
That's great. Well, Jeremy, you guys sound like a ton of fun. We're really excited to meet you in Virginia Beach and get you involved in the circuit. I really think you guys are going to have a great time. I hope some of these other teams in your league, catch wind of this stuff and start getting involved too, because it sounds like you guys got an exciting thing going on there.
Well, if we can keep Ad Rock off our girls, then
don't worry, Ad Rock will keep himself off your girls.
Class act, bro.
Hey, you've got the theme is you keep wearing that matching shirt and pants because our girls like it when you match.
You heard it here. All right, Jeremy. Well, listen, thanks so much for stopping by, and look forward to seeing you in Virginia.
Likewise, guys. Thanks for having me, and hopefully we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, take care.
Can I give a little shout out to Flying V and say this week on Twitter it might get nasty. You might want to make sure you don't have any under 21 the Twitter pages because I'm gonna step up my game this week.
Everybody at home, come follow the Tropics on Twitter, Flying V on Twitter, and First to Third on Twitter. Get involved in the conversation.
Awesome. Well, thanks again.
Kickballers and kickballerettes, this is the circuit we're talking about. It's not your daddy's country club. We are the competitive home for kickball in America.
You've heard us talk about it. Kickball 365 produces the circuit, a collection of top-flight competitive kickball tournaments and events where you can win money and prizes. You ready?
Think your team can compete? Register today at thisiskickball.com.